everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We'll get started in just a few minutes. Jitendra, can you hear me okay?
Yes, Paula, you were loud and clear.
Awesome. Got quite a few people signing in. Hopefully people are having some fall weather wherever they are in the country.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm here in the Sunshine State of Florida, so everybody tell me where you're calling in from. Get a little census on where everybody is in the country. Feel free to use the chat. That will be our method of communication for our session today. Eagle Pass, Texas. Oh, that's David. Hopefully you're having some fall weather over there. I don't know, it's pretty hot here in Florida. Okay, so Denise, is Sunny Woodlands an official city or is it just Woodlands? Because I like that name. Lots of Texas people. It is officially the Woodlands, that's what I thought. So otherwise, Denise is having a sunny day in the Woodlands. So G, how's the weather in India today?
Oh, India is raining.
Oh.
We are experiencing rain and hopefully winter gonna come early. So winter is near.
We'll get started in just a few minutes, everybody. Thanks. St. Louis, Missouri, right smack dab in the middle of the country. I'll get started in just a few minutes here. Just a few more people are signing in. Thanks for your patience. I guess for most people, it's good afternoon. If anyone's from California, just let us know and we'll say good morning to you. We'll just give it another 30 seconds or so and then I'll get started. We need to get some music. I know when Montserrat sometimes joins, she has a soundtrack that she shares, so we'll have to figure that out next time. All right, I know everyone's time is valuable, so let's go ahead and get started. For others that are joining in, we always record our sessions as we are right now, and they're available usually in 7 to 10 business days on our website. So having said that, today's topic is eSignature. So we'll be exploring everything about our eSign module. So my name is Paula. I'm here at InsuredMine as a Solutions Manager, Customer Success Manager, and Jitendra is joining us as well. So Jitendra is our Customer Success Training Associate as well as our Sherpa Manager. So I'm going to go through a couple of slides and then I'm going to turn it over to Jitendra to go through our eSign module. So welcome everybody else that joined us. And as we normally discuss, we have our eSignature overview. We'll actually do a demo. So G will send me a document and I'll sign it as well. And he will sign it and we'll show you what that completed document looks like. We do have our chat session open. So please, if you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat. I will be monitoring that. So let me move that over to the side. And then we'll allow time, we'll pause along the way and make sure anybody has any questions, we'll address those. And at the end, we'll address any questions that we didn't get to during the session. So having stated that, our eSign module is on the left-hand side panel, and G will show you that. So this is just a screenshot of what it actually looks like. And then there are some eSignature reporting areas that Jitendra will go through as well. And then there are the ability to use some templates, and we have our eSignature list. And like I said, we'll actually go through and demonstrate a complete process. So having said that, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing, G, and then I will have you share your screen and take it from there.
So hi everyone, hope you are doing great. And thank you, Paula, for sharing the agenda of today's webinar so that people can understand what we are going into and what are the topics we are touching. So as Paula has already discussed, the topic today is for e-signature. So I will quickly share my screen and show you how our e-signature modules look like. So once you see my screen, please let me know.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, perfect. So this is InsuredMine portal, and when you come to the portal, when you log in, you usually log in the dashboard. So we call this modules. So once you scroll down, you have the option which calls e-signature. So e-signature is a very important module, or we can say it's a very important aspect when we are dealing with insurance, because there are multiple reasons and multiple factors where we need a signed document to be done. So what are we going to learn here? So first, when you come down to the E module, we have so many options. So you see options we have is all, completed, in process, draft, decline, undelivered, scheduled, cancelled, and for me. So by the term all, we know that all of your e-documents are out here, whether you signed, drafted, cancelled, or scheduled. Completed are the one which are completed from both the ends, from customers and from the agents. In process are the one which you have sent for e-signature, but yet the customer has not, filled up the details or signed it for you. Draft is something which you have already created it, but it's not the right time to send, but you have kept it for your purpose so that whenever it's required, you can just send it to it, saving your time. Decline, by the term, it says that when you have sent the e-signature, the contact or the insured has declined to sign it, so it's saying as declined. Undelivered, it's very rare in this case because undelivered happens when the email ID or the domain has issue. So that's the only point you will find the e-signature coming under undelivered. Scheduled, by the term, we know that in this running paced environment, sometime when we get time, we try to do things for the next day. So schedule is something which you can make ready your work for the upcoming day and get your documents ready. Cancelled, by the term, we know that somebody has cancelled it and was denied to sign the signature. And this is a very important format which is called for me. So when I want to explain you for me, we will first have a look at admin, and the other option we have is agent. So all the people who are using the InsuredMine platform, they are well aware that we have two kinds of login. One is admin login and the other is agent login. So in admin login, you have all the options. So you don't have any restrictions. You get the entire functionality of the platform and you can do whatever you require. But when we talk about the agent login, we talk about a particular person's login, which the agency or the admin does not want to acquire all the feature on the platform, or they can give access to only those features which the admin thinks their agent is working on. So if you see this page not exactly the way you are saying right now, so please have a word with your admin or the manager or someone who is senior in your agency. They can give you the access so that you see everything out here. So for me, will state that if something is coming up for you, a particular agent, and you need to sign it, all those documents will be coming under for me tab. So that is the utilization of for me. So once saying this, the next options we have is my signature and agent signature. So again, this is a functionality of the admin. So admin can have access and check all the agent signature, whom they are sending and what they are doing. So it's basically a cross-check work without letting the agent know that they are already being scrutinized. So having said that, this is a very small part of the module. So now let's start with how we can add an e-signature. So when we talk about e-signature, we have a module. But also, if I tell you that there are two particular options which can ease your work while using e-signature. So the first option to add an e-signature document will be here. You see on the very top right, sign a document. So let's click on it. And once you click on it, you have this particular page popping up. So when you have this page popping up, you need to add a document. So when we are adding a document, there are two things you need to keep in mind. First, the document has to be a PDF format. Second, the document has to be 10 MB limit. It cannot be more than 10 MB. It could be less than 10 MB. And there's one more prospect you should keep in mind, that you can add 10 particular files at the same time, but it should not be exceeding the limit of 10 MB. It should be within the limit of 10 MB. So this is one place where you can use it to sign the document. Also, I will show you the other place where you can utilize the same thing. So if I go to contact, and I have Paula. So Paula owns a restaurant. So let's search it out. Okay. So we have this account name called Paula's Restaurant. So what we're going to do is that under Paula's place, we will simply add a file. So you can simply create an add a file. You can select the file, or you can select the policy if you want. You can select the file from here. If you click on it, it will appear and you need to select the file. So I have already selected the file, or if you want, let me show you and like add a file out here. So I have this file, I will simply add it and I will click on upload. So once the file is uploaded, you will be able to see out here. So once you see the file and you think this is the correct file which you need to send for e-signature, if you go to the action, you have 3 dots, you click on it, then you see the option called send for e-signature. You simply click on it and the next page comes up is the same page which I showed you out here. So the page would look similar to this. Okay, there we added a document. Here you just need to add the relevant document for yourself. So once you add the document, the next page will be coming up, would look like this. So I will show you what we can do. So when you are adding a document separately from this way, there are 2 things you need to keep in mind. The first thing would be, whom you are sending and who are the persons who are going to sign the document. So if you see, we have already went to the contact, we selected Paula's contact, and we are sending her an e-signature document. So this is already added because we went to the contact and added it. And if you want to do, you can simply, type the particular contact's name, you can search from the list, and you can select it. This is also one way to add the contact if you want somebody else to be added. So this is one perspective. So since we have already added the contact whom we are sending the e-signature, the next option is of adding the agent who, if you think he or she needs to sign the document as well. So here we have selected 2, contact who is Paula, the agent who is myself. So once you are done with it, you see on the very top, we have 2 more options. So what does this say? So suppose you are sending a document and you think that once it is signed by the insured, the document should be reaching you to sign it, and you should be signing it as the last person of the document. So once you click here, the document will first go to the insured. Once you sign it, the document will come to the agent. And once the agent signs it, the document will be marked as complete and will be coming in InsuredMine. And suppose if you don't want your contact to sign the particular document, and if you are the only one signing it, you can simply click on this, I'm the only signer, and the agent will only receive the form where he needs to sign it. So these are the small steps we had. So once we complete this, we can click on next. So when we come to the place which is called next, you see there are so many options you get. And on the very top right, you see signer. So the first thing we see is Paula. So Paula is my customer. So what do we need from her? Applicant insured signature. So what we can do is that we can simply take the signature field and you can drag and drop here. Also, if you want to make it beautiful and you think it should align the document, you can stretch it and you can align it as per your need. So let's complete this and add the fields. Right, we have date, sign date. Okay. So for the policy applicant number and printed name, so we need the name of the particular person we are sending. So we're going to make this as well. So now all the informations which we wanted by the customer to sign, we have it: signature, date, and their name. Now we also selected Jitendra as the agent who's going to sign this document. So we will also be placing the signature of the agent under the signature field. Then we're going to put out the date and put it out here. And also, if required, you can simply drag and drop the text field so that a policy number could be fetched out in the same document. So once you are completed with this, okay, and suppose by mistakenly you got the email address and got it dropped out here, and you want this to be deleted, how we can do that? So you can simply click on it. Once you click on it, on the very left, you see you can mark it as required. Once you mark it as required, you have an asterisk sign coming up. And if you remove it, the asterisk sign goes away. Also, if you want to delete this particular field, you can click on delete option and that particular field will be moved away. So we have signed all the documents. We have done the needful things and we can simply click on next. So once we come to next, we have the option to add the subject line. So we can say, please sign the citizen policy deck page. Let's whatever could be the subject line according to the document. Also, now we have very interesting factors coming up on this e-signature module. So the first is we say send via email, so which we are already doing. Keep in mind, if your work email is connected, you need to make sure that it will be used through work email. And if you have not used that particular option, always remember that the next one, which you used here as a login email, that will be utilized. So people who are using InsuredMine, they know that we have two kind of email which we can attach to InsuredMine. One is work email and one is your login email. Both could be different, both could be the same. If you have your work email connected, that will be attracting as the primary email. And if you don't have that, then your login email will be attached as your primary email while sending the e-signature. Next option you have out here is send via SMS. So send via SMS, which is a text option. So make sure when you are using this particular SMS option, you have a connected, working Twilio number or a Ring Central number or a light speed. All of these options should be available with you if you are using the SMS option. And one option we have out here, which is called CC. So this is a very interesting factor. This is because, there could be, you are the agent and someone is the customer, but there could be XYZ person who wanted to be in the loop to understand what are the actions his or her agent is taking, or any information you want someone to be looped in. So if you want to CC someone, you can do that as well. And once you complete this entire thing, you have this option called schedule and send. So at the very beginning, I said that there is a scheduling option. So once you click out here and click on schedule option, you have this entire calendar coming up for you with the time. So you can select a particular time, you can select the calendar, and you can save it out here. So Paula, since I have came around so much, so can you just quickly go ahead and check if we have any questions in the chat so that we can address it before sending this e-signature?
Yeah, thanks, G. That's a lot to get going. So in a minute, we'll actually send the document so that we can see what it looks like. But currently there are no questions in chat, so let's go ahead and continue.
Oh, great. These are the entire step. I will quickly go back and just reshuffle it. So we added the contact, we added the agent. Once we are completed with it, we took the drag and drop fields and we placed in under the required information. And once we are completed with this, we clicked on next, and there we filled up the information, the subject line, if we are sending it by email or SMS, and also CCing someone if required. Once you are done with this, we can simply click on send. So Paula, since I've sent this email, can you just quickly go ahead and check your, email and quickly sign the document so that we can show them how does the signed document look like when they are signed by both the parties.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. So I already received the email. So let me open it up and there's a sign option, which I am doing.
in the meantime, I will also complete my signature to make sure it's marked as complete. So I will show you two agendas out here as well. So since I have sent the document to Paula, Paula will be signing it. Paula, once you are done, please let me know so that I can show them that if Paula signs the document, what happens, and what happens if I don't sign the document and only you sign the document.
Yep, I've already sent it. I've already gotten the email that says, thank you, the document signing is complete.
Okay.
So we keep everybody in the loop with notifications.
Yes. So since Paula has signed the document, I will quickly refresh this page. And what we can understand that if one party is signing the document and one party is not signing the document will be still under pending process. That's the first thing. Second thing, if you check out here, the title is marked as the subject line. This is the document which you have sent for e-signature. And these are the recipients whom we have included in the e-signature to sign. Also, one interesting fact, since I know or we both are connected, so I understand that Paula has signed the document, but I have not. But for the agent, it becomes difficult if they're sharing the document with many persons, not 2, 3, let's talk about 15, 20 people. So what they can do is that we have this action button, click on it, and we have this option called timeline. So once you click on timeline, you get the real-time update out here. So you could see that on 10, I have sent the document to Paula, and Paula has signed the document. Paula has agreed to the legal terms and bound, because once you sign the document, you agree to that particular document. And next thing you see that Jitendra viewed the document, which means I have opened up the email, and that's reflecting that the email has been already opened up by me as well. And Paula has viewed the document. Paula has reviewed the document. So as many times Paula reviews the document, it will be coming up here. And Paula has signed and sent the e-signature to place. So since I have signed it, since Paula has signed it and sent it over, it has came out to me. So now what happens if I sign the document and send it?
Yeah, G, so
There
we do
we
have
go.
a question while you're doing your part there. So Denise is asking, what's the experience from the customer perspective? Like, is it similar to other platforms or e-signature type of systems? And the answer is yes. So I get the document, I have the boxes. Once I click on sign, it allows me to use a printed signature, or if I wanted to write it out by hand, I could do that. If there was multiple areas where the insured needed to sign, then you can just repeat that box as well. So I think a good experience, like if Denise, if you just want to do a test in your own portal and send it, that's the best way to experience it. So G, did you already get yours and sign it?
Yes, Paula, I have already completed my document, and you see here it's already marked as complete. So I will quickly go to the timeline and show you what it says. So you will see out here that the document has been completed, signed by Jitendra, and these are the documents we have. So previously we had only Paula who has clicked on the document, opened up the document and signed it. Now you can see the signed by Jitendra and the document is complete. So once the document is complete, you will see it's marked as complete, which means both the parties have signed this particular document. So Paula, since we have completed the document, can you quickly check ahead that if we have any other questions in the chat? And in the meantime, I will just add that this is, I will say, much easier approach compared to, that we have other multiple platforms where we offer e-signature, like DocuSign is one of them. Here you get the ability, to do it by your hand and also save it for later purpose, which lacks in some other platforms. So this is the one upper hand you have it here. Once you sign a document which is coming from InsuredMine, you get that signature saved for that particular domain.
Yeah, that's a good point, because it'll be at the contact level and it'll also be here in the e-signature module. So So no other questions, so you can go ahead and continue.
Okay. So once we complete the document, so what are the places we'll be able to see the document? So if we remember, we went to Paula's account and we used that document. So let's check if that was the status of that document. Okay. So here it is, Paula, and we go under file. So if you remember, when I added the file as a 10.8, it named as citizen policy holder. Okay. And once I send it for e-signature, the document has just a prefix added, which is called signed, which will say that document is signed by both the parties. Okay. And you can also view the document and you can have access to check whether they have, like, how their signature look like, if that's important. So once we are done out here, we will also have one other option, which is under e-signature tab. And once you come out here, you will see the same document, which is marked as complete under e-signature. This is the same document. We send it for e-signature. So this was all about, how to send a document, how to upload a document, how to select a contact, whom you are sending, and what are your preferences. Once we are done with that, and when we understand that how to upload it and how to do all the necessary steps to take to complete an e-signature document, we also have much more interesting fact out here. So once you have done the document and it's sent, you can come down to reporting. So reporting is a very big factor, So suppose you don't, as an admin, you don't log into your system very often, but you want to know what your agents are doing. So once you come to this reporting option and select your timeline, or it could be, custom range as well. So I've selected last 30 days. So in last 30 days, okay, you can scroll down and check that I have 12 drafted e-signatures, which is not sent, which is drafted. I have 3 e-signatures which I have completed. And also, if you click on it, you get the option to check whom you have sent, who is the agent, and who are the recipients. So you have that ability to check each and everything out here. Also, if you want to have a report, you can click on the download. You will have an Excel file downloaded for yourself, which is helpful to present anyone. So this is what looks like. Suppose, so I say I'm logged in from Leo DiCaprio's account. So you see agent is Leo DiCaprio, 15 file he has sent, 3 is completed, and 12 are draft. So this report could also be downloadable as per the agent, If you have 10 agents, if you click on download, you have the entire reports of 10 agents and how many they have sent, in process, and drafted. So this was all about, reporting module. So anybody has any questions on the reporting part? Paula, can you quickly have a check?
No questions so far.
Oh, feel like I'm explaining it well. Okay. So the next option we have, like once we are already done with it, okay, but you will understand that there are few times when you have so many things to do. So when you click on the 3 dots, the first option I will open up is called the reminder setting. So what is the reminder setting? Suppose I've sent you an e-signature document and the client has forget to, open up the email, or he has opened up the email, but he has forgot to sign it. So once you click on enable, and you can, if you click on repeat reminder, and you can select the trigger date. So if you send the document today, and if you don't get it returned within 2 days, so if you trigger the repeat reminder, after 2 days, they will be receiving a reminder stating that the e-signature is not yet signed. You need to take action and complete the document. So this will be an email notification. It could be your Outlook, it could be your Gmail. And the next option is redirect settings. So redirect setting is something which many of the agencies want. It makes the e-signature more authentic. So once you sign the document and you click on submit after accepting the terms and conditions of the document and you submit it, once you submit it, you directly, be going to your agency website if you type it out here. So if I type it out, www.insuredmine.com, and update it, once the document is signed, the contact or the person who is signing the document will be redirected to your agency website, whatever you have selected. And this is a very interesting option. So as I was explaining at the very beginning, if you have two emails and you have logged in with it, so the system will always get the email which is your agency email. Either it could be communication or a common email which your agency uses. But for a better side, to make sure you receive the response and you take actions, we always select agent's email. That makes more clarity. That makes more easier to understand who is the agent and who is sending. Also, we have one other option. Suppose you don't want your email to be used for sending e-signature, or your particular department or your division of, suppose it's a really like commercial line or it's a personal line, and personal line has one common email which you use to communicate with your clients. So in that case, you can simply type that particular email and save it, so that coming in future, whenever you're using the system, you use this particular common email to send all your communication through e-signature. So that this is also a very good step which the agencies like really prefer using it. So once we are done with the sender settings, the other options we have is document settings. So this is also a very interesting settings out here. As I have already let you know that you could attach 10 different pages or 10 different samples of document under e-signature when you are uploading. So if you have 10 different pages of document and you are sending it for e-signature, and once the signature is complete and coming back to InsuredMine, you can select as return separate document, or you can select return as a single document. Return as a single document will happen is that it will all accumulate the 10 pages which you have sent for e-signature. It will be coming under one particular file, and all the 10 pages will be accumulated at one particular PDF. And return as a separate document means the same. If you have sent 10 pages, the 10 pages will be returning as differently as you have sent. And apart from this,
let's pause there though, because that's an important part
yeah,
of our option, right? Because
yeah,
sometimes there'll be multiple documents there, and an agent may have to send one document to one carrier and another part of the document to another carrier. So returning them separate allows them to send those out to somebody else.
exactly. So I'll just show you an example. Suppose this document, which was returned by Paula to me, if we have selected return as separate, we can also, click on e-signature, and we can also send this document and select the particular page. Suppose I have selected one citizen, one progressive, one is traveler. We can choose the particular pages and we can segregate it among the agencies, making sure all the pages are signed accordingly. And apart from that, we also have a task option. So once you send the e-signature and you open this particular field, you can give a task name, you can give a description, and you can simply give a type of the task, you can give the priority, and you can select the agent you want to assign. So that once the document is signed and coming back to you, if you have any particular task which you follow or which you do as per your agency requirement, you can simply do that as well. So there's always an automated reminder for the task that the document is signed, please perform the task, like a follow-up, a call, or something which you do for the particular line of business. And once we are done, also, suppose what happens. So that was all of it. But you see, there's also an option called archive list. So suppose that by mistakenly, what I did was, I have simply clicked on it and somehow I have deleted it. You have this option to delete. If you have deleted this particular signature, it was a mistake, okay? You have not done it intentionally. It was an unintentional action which has happened. So you can go to the archive list, you can find that particular document, and you can retrieve it, okay? So that option is also out here. And you can also check all of these options. You can download it and you can come back and give the data to your agency as per your requirements. So having said that, this was all about the e-signature module. And Paula, can you just quickly check that if we have any other questions coming up?
Yes. So before we talk about syncing, because that's one of the things that we're going to talk about, there is a couple of questions. So as you just demonstrated, if you did delete a completed e-sign, it will be
Mhm.
archived.
Correct.
And also, it will still be at the contact or the account level, as well.
Yes. So I'll show
And
you.
then, yeah, show us that before I move on to the next question.
Here it is. I deleted yesterday's document, but it will be out here, but it won't be out in this particular module because we have deleted this from eSignature module. But the details will be stored under account or contact. That's very mandatory for it.
Perfect. Okay, so we went through a lot of the functionality of how to bring in a document, how to sign a document, where to find the document, and all of that. So there's no additional questions at this time. So I think, G, let's talk a little bit about how these files or documents can actually sync with your agency management system.
Yeah, yes, Paula, I will surely go onto it, but I could say that there's also one option which is very interesting because people will look at it when they try to action it out. So this is something, what makes easier. So suppose you, if I say for instance, whenever you are working with a particular carrier or for a particular LOB, this is the particular document or this is the particular set of documents which you send for e-signature. So what we have done is that under template option, we have the option called add a template. If you add a template, you can simply add the template and you can save it so that whenever you want to use it, you can use this particular file to send e-signature. So I have already added a template for us, which does not look good, but just for example, you can save your document out here and you can easily, we have these three dots. You can click on it and you can send it for e-signature whenever you want it to send to. Okay, use this template. Once you click on it, you go to this particular page where it again asks for you who is the contact you are sending and all other stuffs which you need to fill it up. So this was all about what we have in InsuredMine and what we do in InsuredMine. So now we are not only limited to InsuredMine. So you all know. So once we go to the setting option, so we see that we have, like to be very honest, like all the agencies who are working, they have their AMS. So which is the agency management system. It could be AMS 360, it could be Applied Epic, it could be Hawksoft, EasyLinks, Nextshore, NowCerts, Sagita, and QQ Catalyst. Since this is my demo account, we are not connected with any of these particular AMSs, but I will simply let you know how and where you will find the document once you upload it or once you complete the e-signature and where it's synced in your AMS. So let's start with AMS 360. So people who work with AMS 360, they know that we have a field which calls syncing. It could be manual, it could be auto. And when we talk about, like small tasks like tasks, notifications, emails, e-signature files, these are the fields which you need to select. Also on the very right, you see that you have the option called closed or open. So that particular field is set for the data mapping, which is the activity. Whether the activity, when you sync from InsuredMine to your AMS, whether should be marked as open or marked as closed. So we prefer to keep it as closed because every time you do action in InsuredMine, it's usually complete. So when you sign a document and you have a AMS 360 connected with your system, so you see once you complete the document, the documents go to your AMS 360, you can simply go to your activity, then you can filter it by closed activity, and there you will find the e-document with the PDF file right out there with the same, document name. So the document name would be, I'll show you, signed citizen one. So this will be the name of the document under the closed activity section. You can simply find out there. Similarly, for Applied Epic, we have the same behavior performed there as well. You need to go to the activity section, open up the particular contact, check the activity, filter it by closed, and you will find the particular document as a PDF format with the same description of the document. For Hawksoft, we have the same thing, but yes, for Hawksoft, we do not have a thing called open or closed. For Hawksoft, it simply, syncs with your AMS, and it will be found under task list. Okay, so if you go to the task option, you will find everything out there. Also, you will see under activity. So both the places we sync it, depending which of the particular option we have chosen in InsuredMine while making it a manual or auto sync data mapping. For NextSure, we have the activity place where the entire document will be syncing with the same document name and the PDF file out there. Same goes for NowSets and QQ Catalyst. They all are registered under activity where on the particular contact, you will find all the documents, all your emails, and the eSignature document which you have completed in InsuredMine. So everything syncs to your AMS when you are performing from IM to AMS. So if you are worried that if I make a signature in InsuredMine, whether it should be syncing with your AMS or not, so now you don't need to worry about it because InsuredMine has got everything on track and got your real-time syncing option, making your work easier and also your agents work easier who feel much comfortable or who do not have a IM login, but uses your AMS login. So they can see the documents attached and they can move on with their particular work or the task they have been assigned to. So Paula, this was a very small detail, how we can sign a document and how we can send for the document. Can you quickly check that if we have any questions on the part of e-signature or syncing or any small things our audience like to know?
Yes, absolutely. So I know you're going to show us kind of like where the icon would be, and you're also going to talk about when a user is set up, whether they're set up to manually sync or auto sync, because someone does have a question that they're finding that they're not syncing like other files. So you'll want to check your settings, whether it's auto or manual, and if something technical is not jiving, G's going to show us where our live chat option is as well, so that you can connect with our support team. So because we're not connected with an agency management system, we're not going to actually have that screen where it shows where it's auto or manual sync. But for you, the user, it would be auto manual sync on the left-hand side under configuration. And you would be able to see whether you're set up for like files, email, notes, SMS, or e-signature, whether it's auto or manual.
Absolutely, Paula. So what Paula said is completely correct. Since this is not connected, we don't have that particular option popping up. But you have all of this. So, account contact policy, that is also you will be having there. But after this, you also have the activities. So every agency has their own functionality, how they want to do it. But yes, this is very necessary to make sure what is the status. Is it marked automatic or it's marked manual? The syncing needs to be, most probably it should be automatic because we don't want people to come around and sync it. But again, it's your choice and the agency's working process which you need to follow. So for instance, let's imagine what are the situations or how would you know if it's marked as auto sync or it's marked as manual sync. So once you are connected with your AMS and everything is set up properly, you see this sign, right? Refresh sign. If this refresh sign is visible just next to your delete button, at that particular moment, you get to understand that this particular option is not marked as auto, rather it's marked as manual. So if your AMS is connected and everything is configured properly, and if it's manually synced, you will find a similar icon like refresh just next to your delete button. That will state that this particular agent has a manual sync option turned on, stopping IM to auto sync it to your AMS. Apart from this, if you come to this particular module, you will be also having a look. If it's manually synced, this refresh button will be just coming up out here. So just on the very top of action, you will have that refresh link. So once you click on it, it will say sync with your AMS. So once you pop up that option, you click on it, that particular option or that particular icon will help you to sync this particular document to your AMS, making sure that everything you are performing is being synced. And suppose you have everything marked as auto and you don't have to take action, the document will simply look like this. You don't have anything, you will have a refresh button. If you click, if you check on it, it will say sync with your AMS, giving you an upper hand. The document is already synced. Similarly goes for out here. So these are the small pieces which makes you understand how e-signature syncing look like, or how you can understand whether the agent has got a manual sync option ready for himself or an auto sync option ready up for himself. And always you have the refresh button if you think things are not going good, or if you think you have suspicions about anything, you always have the option to refresh the page and everything will be refreshed, and you will have the current up-to-date timeline options and the activities will be popping up. So this was a small thing about your e-signature and your AMS option. Other than that, you also, if you want to go ahead and check on the account type, you will see the e-signature will also pop up here. So next to your delete, you will have that particular sync option, which you can utilize it from your account or from your contact module. So what I can say that if you are looking for the sync option, one place is the e-signature module itself. You can come around, you can check for the refresh button next to e-signature. Next place is out here under contact or account module. Under the e-signature tab, you will find it out here. Or if you check on the file, you will just find it out here. So you have three particular places where you can go ahead and check if your e-signature is working properly and everything is aligned as per your need. So this was a very small thing about e-signatures and how we can do it. So Paula, can you quickly have a check that if somebody is asking for any questions around that?
Yeah, so I responded to Sherry as their setting is for auto for e-signature, but if it's not showing in your AMS side under activities, then I would recommend, G, if you want to show everyone how to go ahead and start a live chat.
Yes.
So you want to check your settings first. So that would be under configuration and it'll be auto manual sync. And then you'll be able to see whether your document, your e-file or e-signature or file is set up for auto or manual. So troubleshoot that on your end. If it is set up for auto and it's not showing in your AMS, then G, you want to go ahead and show everyone where our live chat option is. That's the quickest way for any technical support.
Yes, Paula, absolutely right. So once you understand that you have done everything correct, and if you think something is not happening or something is going wrong, so we have two places to understand. First would be help.
Oh, yes.
So this help option helps you to understand what we are offering under this particular module. So if you click on it, you will have a knowledge base option where it will say each and every touch points, which we just discussed. You will have a PDF, you will have a file and links we have shared on this particular platform. So you can go ahead and have a help to understand where you are going wrong. And once you understand that you have followed all the process correctly, and it should be doing as it should be the behavior of this module. And if it's not behaving that way, we also have this small option, which is called help. So this is a 24 hours chat option we have out here. If you are having trouble with it, you can simply create and send us a message, select I have a question, and you can simply write them that why my e-signature is not syncing or any XYZ problem which is popping up for you. So this is our support team and they're going to address the problem right away, right there. And if anything is required, they will also connect with you to make sure your experience with InsuredMine is smooth and everything you want is aligned as per your requirement. So this is also a very great option you can look for. Apart from this, you also have your CSMs. So if you are finding difficult with support or with any of this help section or our knowledge base, You also have your CSM. You can reach out to them. They can connect with you and they can give you a walkthrough of the platform and help you out with all your stuffs which you need. So this is the help section where you can find your help on.
Perfect.
So
That's a
Paul,
lot of great information. And I think, you know, a good, if you're not used to using eSignature, then send a test document, experience it, you know, from your end. As we talked about, you know, you'll get a notification that you have a document to sign. Once you sign the document, it's completed. So it's a very easy, user-friendly experience. And many of our clients use this feature. So there's no other questions, G. So if you want to stop share, and I'll go ahead and share our screen and wrap us up for the day.
yes, Paula, surely. And also, I'll just add on that if you are not confident about it, and if you think that, oh, what happens if I send a wrong, email or a wrong contact, it's always an option to create a test account and test it by yourself so that you can gain the confidence and you know exactly what are the clicks you need to do to send the right document to the right contact. So testing is also important, but yes, this is a very big option which you can utilize. So thank you, team. I will just leave you all with Paula, and Paula will help you out with the other options and the wrapping up things.
All right,
So
great
here
job.
goes you, Paula.
Yep, perfect. I'll share my screen in just a minute. I did put a link to our knowledge base, even though Jitendra did show us the help key. I think it's really important that that help key is on the right-hand side, so sometimes you don't really see it, but no matter which module that you're in, so if you were in eSignature, it opens up the knowledge base to the eSignature items. If you were in Pipeline, then the knowledge base articles would open up for everything related to Pipeline. So that's an awesome resource there as well. There's no other questions here. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and take us out. And I have a lot of windows open over here, so forgive me. And there are no additional questions. And like I said previously, this is recorded and it will be posted on the website in about 5 to 7 business days. And you'll also get a copy via email. Our next webinar will be in 2 weeks. I'm not sure what the topic is. It may be InsuredMine updates, but stay tuned. We'll notify you. It's always an action-packed webinar, no matter which one we host. And then we also have our InsuredMine Academy. So many of you, when you started your journey with InsuredMine, you may have come to our InsuredMine Academy portal. You can scan the QR code. It will take you there. We have a session for admin. So it's everything admin oriented, setting everything up. And there's also a track for agent. So even if you've taken the webinars, the sessions a long time ago, come back and look at them again. You can take just Pipeline or you can take just eSignature, so you don't have to go through the whole session. Those are very beneficial. And then if you wanted to scan the QR code here, this is for our upcoming webinars as well. And let me just see if there's anything else in chat before I go ahead and get to our next screen, which is just simply thank you for joining us today. We very much value your opinion. If you have any suggestions, we welcome those as well. So anything else, G, from your side?
No, Paula, nothing from my end, but I will really appreciate to everyone who has joined this call. Start testing eSignature, start reaching us out and make the process as aligned as yourself, because we are happy to share our system and we want you to use the entire functionality and the options we have in our CRM, making your business, your agency streamlined and work as a button. So that's all from my end. Thank you everyone for joining.
All right, perfect. Everybody have a beautiful day. Happy hump day.